People often starting off with PPC will think that these three types of campaigns, sponsored display, sponsored brands, and sponsored products, are all there to drive sales, right? If these aren't getting sales, you're not happy, and you're going to change things that you're doing. Now, as you go and as you work with, see bigger companies and think of funnels, you need to realize that there's different types of ads because they serve different purposes. So I have these here as a funnel because if you know sponsored display, that's where we have the retargeting type. Sponsored display is also the kind of child version of Amazon DSP, which is all built around impressions on and off Amazon. Sponsored display really is made to drive impressions to your page. These might not be driving sales, but it builds brand awareness and it builds your customer base. Sponsored brands. You also know this. A lot of sponsored brands, and specifically headline ads, they won't convert as well as sponsored products. They're at the very top of the page. They're for brands. They are for clicks. They are for driving people to your storefront, to your landing pages, to build those customers and get better clicks at top of search. Sponsored products is the bottom of the funnel. This is where we are targeting specific keywords, specific ASIN. This is what's driven for sales. Now, I am bringing this up because I'm going to talk about budgets here. So I'm going to finally cover this budgets tab. I know it's been here for a while, and I mentioned those three things because Amazon's done something sneaky here that not a lot of people are going to notice. So first of all, I have all of my campaigns up here for 30 days. You can see I have about 39K in spend, 260 in sales, right? If I open this budgets tab here, I have 32K in spend and I lost some of the sales. Because I hope you guys know this budgets tab is only for sponsored products. That's why it's still in beta, because it's easier for them to do stuff with sponsored products. This is only for sponsored products, okay? So the whole reason I brought up the impressions, the clicks, the sales, because if you're familiar with this right now, this is so sneaky because they are giving us this data. Estimated missed sales, estimated missed impressions. They also will have estimated missed clicks in here as well, okay? That's what I do this daily, and this took me a while to see where they're going with this, okay? Because like I said, you don't really measure sponsored products by impressions. You just don't. It's just not a good good metric to look at for sponsored products. But sponsored display and Amazon DSP, you measure that by impressions. You actually pay for impressions for DSP, okay? So remember that. And what I'm saying here is what you have access to right now in this budgets tab, only try to think of the missed sales. For now, I mean, you know, look at the missed clicks and missed impressions, but really sponsored products are designed to get sales. So when you pull this report, try to look at those, okay? So that's a little bit of a kind of flash 3 minutes, just getting you to think about this funnel and these different metrics. You know, you'll talk to huge marketing brands and everything, and you're going to have different goals for different types of ads. Okay, so just remember that moving forward. Now, I always like to export stuff in Amazon. I like their interface, but I like to export that stuff and then see what I'm working with here. So what I did is I exported this data for the last 30 days. And then I deleted some stuff. So I have budget, spend, sales, ACOS, average time in budget, and this is the whole point of this budgets tab. This is telling me this campaign is only in budget 45% of the time. And it's telling me I've missed a minimum of 4K in sales, a maximum of 13K in sales, okay? Now, this is why I always like to add stuff here. So this is the only columns I would suggest, because a lot of people are going to see these numbers and they're going to freak out and add spend and start spending like crazy and do all of the, you know, the recommended budgets here. All I did was I summed my spend and I summed my sales. Okay. some spend and some sales. And then just a simple calculation. I just want to divide my spend by the spend at the bottom and then put a little dollar sign, the C in between the dollar signs. This will divide all of these campaigns and let me know, okay, over the last 30 days, this campaign has made up 1.9% of my total spend. It's made up 1.8% of my total sales. And what I'm also looking at here is this one is only at a $5 budget, okay? This account has tight margins. We have obviously a lot of stock issues. You guys know, don't just go in there and jack things up. You got to know what's going on with your brand. So this one, I'm looking at this, and obviously it's a huge outlier here, right? And it is, our target ACOS is 15%. So what I'm probably going to do is up this one to $10, okay? Because it's getting a good percent of send, a good percent of sales. I want to see what another $5 a day is going to do. And in theory, that's going to put me somewhere in the middle of this range. Now, this one, it's making up 1.7% of the spend, but way more of the PPC sales. It's making up 3% of our sales. And that's only at a $5 budget. What I hate is that they don't have the recommended budgets in here. They didn't have that as the export. So this one, the recommended was 20, but I'm going to wrap this up to 25. It's under my target ACOS. It's doing well. This is what is so sneaky here. People are going to filter this by sales. They're going to say, okay, what's the maximum number of sales I've missed? And they're not going to look at this ACOS. Obviously, this is a good indicator, but if you just sort this by ACOS, I don't want to put a lot more spend into this campaign. It's a 77% ACOS, and it's only giving me 0.5% of my total sales. So if anything, I want to optimize this and even lower the budget to maybe $3 a day. I know I'm talking small numbers here, right? But it's the same thing with this one. It's over 100% ACOS. And if I see this number, oh my God, I've missed $3,000 in sales. Yeah, but I'm not going to make any money on those $3,000 in sales. Okay. So circling back to this, I think that there's really a lot that you can do with this page, but all I suggest is do not, and guys, they don't even default to having ACOS up here. Okay. So they're hiding a lot of stuff on this because what they want you to do, they want you to come in here and they want you to just put in all of their recommended budgets, right? They want you to see this number, 44% in budget. Oh my God, these are huge numbers I'm missing. I'm going to jack up the budget. And okay, if you have the spend, you can do that. But look, there's no ACOS here. So first off, you have to add an ACOS for a column. And then if you apply this, you're probably not going to be making money on that extra $20 budget, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. I'm hoping this is going to get smarter and better, and they're going to actually allocate these metrics to the type of ads that they should go to, all right? And think of this for the future, this whole funnel thing. I'm going to be diving a little deeper into this. Impressions, clicks, sales. Every type of ad should have a specific goal.